We needed it more than you." Kyle scoffed across the living room like he hadn't just wiped $120,000 from my account. "My name's Rebecca Mitchell. I'm 34, and I built my boutique entirely from scratch. That money wasn't just numbers on a screen. It was my dream, my future, my blood and sweat. And my brother-in-law stole it without blinking." He only smirked. But Kyle forgot one thing. "I may be family, but I don't play soft." I stared him down and said, "Then you won't mind what comes next." 2 hours later, the police stormed through the front door. Have you ever been betrayed by your own blood? Share your story in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you agree that karma never skips family. I grew up in Portland, the steady daughter. My parents ran a humble hardware shop. While my younger sister Allison spent her teens chasing parties and popularity, I squirreled away every paycheck from summer jobs. After college, I spent 3 years grinding in corporate retail before finally launching Mitchell Designs, my boutique dedicated to sustainable, locally made clothing. I quit a steady paycheck with just $5,000 in raw determination. The early years nearly crushed me. 18-hour days, dinners of instant noodles, reinvesting every cent back into the shop. I lived lean so my business could breathe. Then tragedy tore our lives apart. A drunk driver ran a red light, killing both of our parents. The grief hollowed me out. I threw myself into work while Allison abandoned college, drifting through odd jobs. When the estate settled, we each inherited $75,000. I poured mine into my store. Allison? She met Kyle in a casino and married him within 6 months. I despised him from the beginning. A slick talker with greased back hair, flashy watches, and a condescending grin. At their wedding, he sneered, "Your sister's shop is cute, but real money's in investments." Kyle dominated every space. And Allison? She shrank, grew quieter, nervous, always glancing at him before speaking. Calls became rare. When we did meet, her smile never reached her eyes. Then came the family reunion. The lake house had been in our family for generations. I'd just secured a second location for my shop, and the $120,000 in my account was earmarked for expansion. 5 years of sacrifice about to blossom. I didn't know my so-called family was already plotting to strip it away. I arrived Friday afternoon, heart light with hope. Business was strong, my vendor loan cleared, the new boutique was finally happening. Cousin Emma met me at the dock, smiling, but whispered, "Allison and Kyle got here early. Just be ready." Through the screen door, I heard Kyle's voice before I saw him, loud, bragging about a real estate flip that would double anyone's money. Allison hugged me quickly, calling me Becca like the old days, but her eyes darted nervously toward Kyle. "The entrepreneur arrives," he smirked, raising his whiskey glass. "Still selling enough dresses to keep the lights on?" I forced a smile. "Actually, we're expanding. Just signed a downtown lease. In this economy." He scoffed. That night, back in my room, I noticed it immediately. My laptop had been moved. The cord was plugged into a different port. My chest tightened. I opened it, browser history wiped. Then came the alert. New login attempt from an unrecognized device. My gut dropped. Someone had tried to access my account while I was in the kitchen. I reset every password, activated 2-factor authentication, locked the laptop away. Still, unease clawed at me. By morning, chaos erupted. Claire, my business partner, called in panic. Rebecca, the vendor payment bounced. Insufficient funds. I opened my banking app with shaking hands. Checking, $0. Savings, $0. Business, 0. Everything gone. Overnight, $120,000 transferred to a mystery account. This wasn't random fraud. This was someone close. Someone here. Kyle sat calmly in the kitchen sipping coffee like nothing had happened. My face must have drained white because the chatter fell silent. "My money's gone," I said flatly. "Gone?" Uncle Robert stood up. I held up my phone. "Every cent drained." Gasps echoed. Emma rushed to me. Only 2 people stayed quiet. Allison staring into her mug, Kyle's arms crossed. "Did you call the bank?" Emma whispered. I put it on speaker. The rep's voice was clinical. "Yes, Ms. Mitchell. Multiple transfers occurred overnight from a recognized device at your location. Password and security answers were entered correctly." A chill spread. This wasn't just theft. This was betrayal. Someone had used my laptop, my Wi-Fi, my details. My eyes locked on Kyle. You were near my laptop yesterday. Did you go in my room? Allison jumped in. Are you accusing my husband? Kyle smirked. Your sister's paranoid. Maybe your partner mishandled the money. Then show us your bank statements, I shot back. His smirk faltered. I don't owe you proof. Oh, really? If you were innocent, you'd be screaming the loudest. Allison's hands shook. She wouldn't look at me. Kyle's grip on her waist tightened. Then he said it. Cold, smug. We needed it more than you. The room exploded. Uncle Robert shouted. Aunt Patricia wept. I didn't. I grabbed my bag. Then you won't mind what's next, I said, voice like steel. Kyle lunged, barking. You're not calling the cops! Uncle Robert blocked him. Emma pulled me back. Allison's pale face looked not just scared, but broken. Allison, I said softly. What's really happening? She opened her mouth, but Kyle cut her off. We're leaving, now. You're not going anywhere until I get every cent back, I snapped. Or I swear you'll be arrested before you hit the driveway. Kyle laughed. Good luck. That money's buried. You'll never see it again. That's when the front door slammed open. Police! Everyone stay where you are! 2 officers entered, followed by a detective flashing her badge. Rebecca Mitchell? I nodded. Detective Harmon, Portland PD. We received a fraud alert tied to your accounts. Kyle's face drained. This is a misunderstanding. She cut him off. We have evidence from your bank's cybersecurity team. Transfers, device IDs. And your face, Mr. Henderson. He froze. I pulled out my phone. I installed monitoring software last year. It takes snapshots during logins, tracks access. I handed it over. Clear images of Kyle on my laptop, time-stamped. Kyle's mask shattered. You set me up! No, I said evenly. I protected myself. As officers cuffed him, he spat at Allison. You're nothing without me. She stepped forward, trembling but strong. I was nothing to you. Without you, I can finally breathe again. Detective Harmon turned to me. With this much proof, you'll recover most of the funds, and he won't hurt anyone else. For the first time in days, I exhaled. It wasn't finished, but I'd won the first battle. 1 month later, I stood in the morning light of my second boutique, open, thriving, safe. Mitchell Designs had survived, not through luck, but preparation, because I trusted my instincts, because I refused to let betrayal win. The bank restored 97% of the funds. The rest covered under fraud protection. But the true victory wasn't money. It was Allison. She moved in with me, filed for divorce, and re-enrolled in school. The shadows under her eyes are fading. She laughs again. She bakes again. She's healing, just last night. As we chopped vegetables like with Mom, she told me, You were brave to protect what you built. Becca. Now I want to be brave enough to rebuild myself. And she is. Kyle pled guilty to fraud, coercion, and identity theft. He'll be behind bars for a long time. His power ended the moment Allison said, I'm done being afraid. Last weekend we went back to the lake house. Not for a reunion, but a restart. The whole family pitched in, repainting and repairing, reclaiming what nearly broke us. And we made a pact. Real family protects, never exploits. If you've ever cut out toxic blood to guard what you love, I see you. Drop a comment if you've ever said enough. And if you're still gathering courage, borrow some of mine, because blood doesn't entitle anyone to destroy you.